Hey, what's up, everybody? So, doing another episode of the Cassie Ruff Show. I guess maybe that's what I'll call it. Just swinging on the hammock. I just did one in the garage. Maybe I should have brought my shades because kind of hard to see, but that's all right. What was I gonna say? So I have like a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, and one of those things would be honesty. I think that honesty literally is the best policy. It is not cliche. It is probably the best thing that anybody could have ever said, ever. Why? Because I was even told before so look, I went and got a job, right? To kind of support what I'm doing until I can get a little bit more financially free with what I'm trying to do, with the book and stuff coming out. And I just kind of listened to everybody and was like, okay, fine. I'll get a job for a second. And so that's kind of what I'm doing. But everybody was kind of like, look, don't be honest about your job history past. Excuse me, with how I've kind of jumped around from job to job pretty much my whole life, because I've been trying to find my place with I know that I have such a higher purpose in life that involves speaking and being an author. I know it because I feel it so much. I feel it more than anything I could ever freaking express in this life. That is one thing I know for absolute sure. The rest of it, I'll leave it out. I know nothing on anything else. Okay, but I do know that 100%. But people were like, probably don't be too honest about because people know how I am. They're probably don't be too honest about the fact that you've had multiple jobs, kind of jumped around your whole life. And look, so when she asked me the question of so what's kind of been your background with jobs and stuff, I said I've really kind of just jumped around looking kind of for my place. I've been a poet so far. I've been publishing books for my poetry. Kind of thinking maybe I should read some of that off. Maybe that'll be another episode. But and so I kind of just said, yeah, I've kind of bounced around a lot, and like I said, just trying to figure it out, because I know that I have such a greater meaning and such a greater purpose, and I know that there's stuff I'm supposed to actively be doing, and I could probably take a little bit more action on that, speaking for free places and stuff like that. But anyways, I was just upfront and honest about it, and she was like, look, I really value that honesty, and that's what I'm saying. I've had so many instances where people are like, I really appreciate the fact that you were super honest about that. Nobody else was that honest. And okay, so it might be part of an ego thing, but I love honesty so much. It is just my favoriteest thing ever. I live by it so much, and I will never it's the one thing I will stand by next to my speaking and writing and poetry and stuff like that. But anyways, I was gonna say something, but it's okay. It's all right to forget. But and so, oh yeah. I'm gonna do a post. I think I'm gonna read off one of my poems that I have published, just because why not? Just kind of trying to get stuff out there, and I want to talk to the world, and I want to see kind of what everybody else is up to on YouTube, and kind of a new thing for me. I probably have my 30th video or something like that. I'm not sure, but I just think it's a really great way to connect, and opportunities too. I just think it's full of opportunities. I'm also looking for a little bit of advice on a YouTube camera. So I'm looking to get a YouTube camera, a microphone, and then I got a laptop I'm looking at getting. So just the other two things. If anybody has any advice on this is the YouTube camera to get, try to stick around $300, 500 or something maybe. Only because I have my phone right now, and I'm grateful I at least have that. and like I could get the next thing up, and then like, you know, 6 months from now or a year from now I could get the next thing up. Like it doesn't have to be super perfect like right now. Like I can just accept and be grateful for like any advice that anybody has as far as like what do you use for YouTube for a camera? What do you use for a microphone? I've also watched videos on it, but like sometimes I like that, like, you know, actual feedback, like person to person interaction. So so if anybody has any of that, I'd really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm just swinging on the hammock, having a grand old day. No, I really am having a good day. Life is crazy. Like if you just like try and like trip yourself out about it for 2 seconds, it's really fun, and it's really like simple and light, and it really doesn't have to be that complicated. But like I've made it complicated, and I certainly can choose to do that now if I want to. Like I can make it super complicated like right now. Like that's why I say like everything's a choice, and it's so true. It just is. It's just the truth. But anyways, I'm gonna go find my poems and I'm gonna read one. And the sun is bright in my eyes, and I am just really loving it at this specific moment in time. All right. Anyways, if you like what I had, please subscribe. Leave any like feedback of like, hey, you rock at this, hey, you suck at this, or hey, I just really like what you had to say, or hey, you suck, or I don't like your hair, or whatever. I don't know. It's up to you. Love you guys. Still deciding if I'm just gonna call it the Cassie Ref whatever episode journey, but something. I'll figure it out here in like 10 minutes. I'm super excited. Today's such a good day. Woo!